So yes, as I was saying, this is a PVZ. Do believe the Zerg player is Cronus. I'll talk about him here right away. We have spawning here in the top left as the yellow Zerg. We have Twitch Cronus. He does stream a lot of his practice games. He is a Twitch streamer. I mean, it's in his name. He's going to be looking to do some casting later this week. I believe he actually may be doing some tomorrow, so look out for that. Joined by Nablime, or Not Lemon, who casted with me in week 1.
I'm back.
Alright, welcome back. Just in time to introduce our Protoss player.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. On the bottom right, badpenny, our teal Protoss. Badpenny. What does that mean? I like it though. Sounds like a song or something.
Nah, badpenny. It could be someone's name.
Like a 50s shoe bop, you know? Badpenny. Shoe bop.
Badpenny. Alright, so...
I think we should stick to casting.
Wait, you don't like our singing? We don't make a good duet?
It.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Alright. So right away, yeah, something interesting to know.
Yeah. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, something I noticed right away here is the Protoss is doing an in-base pylon here. Maybe not comfortable with the Forge Fast Expand on this map. The wall is a little bit different, a little bit trickier, I will admit.
Oh yeah.
Gonna open up with a one-base play here. Maybe looking
to Zerg as well.
Pressure. Oh yeah. And Zerg opening up with a fast pool and a gas here. And 9 pool. And sending out that drone scout. Not sure what this drone is doing. Like, this is a 2-player map, so you will know where your opponent is. He actually sent 2 drones across. Yeah, he's sending them back in.
Interesting. Probably not recommended, right? I mean, if you already know where the opponent is and you're 9 pooling.
Yeah, you're spending a lot of money. You're wasting a lot of your economy by doing that, especially when you're operating an early game with so few workers. Each one is pretty important, each worker.
2 gate, okay, so in base 2 gate.
Yeah. It should be fine against any early lings here. We do have the 6 lings coming out. It'll be interesting to see if Cronus pulls the workers off gas and starts mining again. It looks like he will. At 100 gas or just over. And starting up that ling speed. So he's going to be looking to put on some early pressure himself. But this being 2 gate, I don't think he's going to be able to do much.
I wonder how many... Oh, so he's not making any more lings. So he's done speed with 6 lings.
Yeah. So
I think his plan is kind of just to get a run by through maybe the Forge, which he's expecting. But he's not going to see that, so...
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is good for badpenny if you can get, you know, maybe 4 zealots over there. And there's been drones producing. There might be a little window to do some damage.
Badpenny does have 2 zealots out now and can kind of block this ramp. Did Badpenny ever scout to see this coming?
I think he did, yeah.
Okay.
It got killed by the lings there.
So I would like to see maybe a probe with this behind the zealots too, to just add a little bit of extra damage, kill the lings in 2 hits instead of 3. But this is fine. Although that ramp isn't blocked very well, the lings could run past. Okay, good reaction. Pushing those lings away. Early Forge though by Badpenny in base with the cannon. I think just showing maybe a lack of knowledge of builds, which is definitely something their coach will be able to help with, for sure.
Yeah, this is kind of non-standard. But you know, that cannon could help him in the end here. If he's moving out with these zealot, I think this is a good move.
Yeah.
Cronus has been doing nothing but drone production after these 6 lings, so this could be a powerful move out here.
Yeah, it could force him into making some more lings, and he's actually throwing down at least 1 creep colony. Looks like maybe a 2nd one with this drone in his main base. Feeling worried about this. Oh, and he canceled them. Okay. So I guess he realized the zealots weren't actually coming across and canceled them both and then started another one again.
This is wild. I think they're both like feeling very under pressure, you know? I kind of get that sense of like, I don't know.
They're both worried the other's about to come across and kill them.
Yeah, because we saw the cannon and we saw the sunken or the spore there. So I think there's like a lot of like uncertainty about like the danger and, you know, aggression and stuff like that. It's very cool to see, but I think with a little bit of experience they'll figure out what they can get away with and what they can't.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely in the CPL, that's something you can look forward to. We do have the Lynx coming across. Oh, badpenny getting the Zealots on the bridge just at the right time. Kind of forcing those Lynx back. Cronus, meanwhile, feeling that pressure. As you said, continuing to produce some Lynx and actually going up to a lair on just 2 hatcheries here. So maybe
Yeah, this is where like building the 2 gates at your choke, at your nat there helps, right? Because that's where you normally see them, and then you can build the cannons behind it, and you have a much better space to block Lings. So having that at the net tends to be better for that reason.
Yeah, it just helps you set up the wall earlier on so you can get that Nexus and get your expansion up and running sooner. Cronus going to have a couple of Sunkens here, pulling the Lings aside to maybe capture these Zealots when they get on top of these Sunkens.
Yeah, he's so poor. He's already got the den, and he's got 1 drone mining. Zealot attack now. Well, this looks like it should be cleaned up fairly easily, just the amount of Lings he's made.
Yeah, so did get a few of those Zealots already. And this Sunken in the main base is going to help him out here now. Zealots are targeting it down, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much more. He may not even get the Sunken down, yeah. So pretty strong defense there. I would say that is definitely good for Cronus.
2 cannons in the main, damn.
2 cannons in the main, 3 here out front of the natural. And looks like Cronus is going to try and do some counter pressure with all his Lings here now.
That's a lot. Am I right or am I right?
Oh, you're right.
Am I right? Or am I right?
I don't think he'll be able to do much with the Zealots and cannons here. He is going to try, though, and the Zealots did move back, so he might be able to pick off a couple of cannons here.
Yeah, targeting the cannon's not a bad idea. But that engage, yeah, it wasn't great. He could have surfaced the cannons there. The Zealots weren't exactly in a good place.
Yeah, so both players not having the best engage or trades. badpenny throwing away quite a few Zealots for almost nothing at Cronus' base, and then Cronus returning the favor here, throwing away the Lings for basically 1 cannon. I still like Cronus' position maybe a little bit more, but we do have a Stargate coming out now for badpenny. And something. The Citadel. Okay. So getting up to the right
what happens? What happens past tier 1? Or let's say, what happens below tier 3?
What do you mean by that?
Is there a below tier 3?
No.
No? Okay.
Tier
so
3
you just gotta fight. You gotta fight to tier 2.
Yep. You gotta fight your way up.
And what happens above tier 1?
You gotta fight your way down. I don't know.
You gotta be a coach?
You can be, yeah.
You fight to be a coach?
Yeah, you could become a coach, assistant coach. You can still get involved in the league, like help out other players and stuff. Like, the whole idea of the CPL too is just like better players helping lower players no matter what the skill. So like tier 2 can help out the tier 3 guys. Tier 1 can help out the tier 2 guys. You know, maybe share some secrets of how they improved, what they can do to improve, areas maybe they're struggling in or something that's costing them games. But yeah, just.
But what if you're like an abusive personality? Like, do you still want to be a coach?
That's up to you, I suppose.
All right, that was a stupid question.
We do have the Zealots here poking up, looking for a 3rd base of Cronus. Not finding anything up here, so going to send them across now. Does look like Cronus is getting ready to take a 3rd base at that mineral only.
Yeah. Just so poor, man. He made so many Lings and Sunkens.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's like finally getting to a more of a macro stage. I like that he got the Stargate. Like, you know, they're kind of eventually molding into the pattern of like a standard game.
Oh, just got a follow. Thanks for the follow there, Boba. Good to see you around watching these CPL games still. Oh.
Yeah, man. Boba's a good Zerg.
Yeah. He was on our team, right? Last team supply block for season 2. Pretty chill guy.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah, I might be biased.
Just a little bit? Nah, he's good though. So yeah, nice catch there by Cronus taking out all those Zealots. Looks like the Zealots did delay that 3rd expansion a bit. There's a bunch of cannons coming up around here. I guess badpenny feeling a little uncomfortable with all these cannons just kind of hanging up around here.
Yeah, so he stopped at 1 Corsair. What do you think about that?
It's fine, especially because, you know, the Zerg doesn't have Well, thanks for the follow, little Shava. Knowing that the Zerg doesn't have a Spire,
Right.
the only thing he's going to be making is mass Hydralisks in this case. So the Sayer, you can get away with 1 to 3 Sayers is fine. Just going around scouting, if you can pick off some stray Overlords, that's always nice. He actually does have 2 Sayers out on the map, it looks like. So I like it. You really don't need the... I mean, you can certainly go for more Corsairs and just try and supply block the Zerg. But they're going to have a lot of Hydras out on the map doing something like this. And normally you want to get those Templars out sooner. So if you cut, say, just 1 or 2 Sayers, you can get your Templars and your Storms out a lot quicker, just to deal with the amount of Hydras.
All right, fair enough.
Huh?
I'll have to disagree, but...
You think you should make a bunch of Sayers?
Yeah.
You
No, I think it's good. Like you said, there's no muta threat. Microing them is pretty tough. I mean, it's great to do that extra damage, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard to keep on top of them. Just like two-port Wraith would be difficult. Like, it's kind of a challenge.
It looks like badpenny's setting up to take this double gas base, maybe. Don't mind that.
He's going heavy on the units, you know. So I think he's got to be aggro, or he's gonna keep falling behind. Like, his third's not even mining. So I guess his plan is to try to bust.
Yeah, he does have quite a few units here. Looks like we do have 2 Templars and a bunch of cannons. I'm not sure if this is going to be able to necessarily break the Protoss here. I don't know about even committing into this. These Templar are going to have probably 2 storms each by the time he gets here.
Yeah, badpenny's pro production's been pretty consistent. Like, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been pretty consistent. So his econ's been just getting better and better.
These Zealots are going to find this group of Hydras out here, a little bit of an engage. He's going to run back and actually get all the Zealots trapped. Oh, that's not a good look. Oh, I'd like to see him just run these Zealots past behind his cannons and have the cannons and Storm to help defend. That hurts, trading all those Zealots for not a lot of units. And now Cronus is going to push in here. He might be able to find some damage, but with Storms here, I think he should be alright, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, a couple of whiff Storms there. Nice pull back by Cronus there too. It looks like he's not going to be able to commit with this now, and badpenny will be okay though.
Yeah, that's great that he had it on time.
On time to deal with
Just
this Hydra anyway.
Smashed it a little bit too much on that one location.
Yeah, so this Nexus is about to come out here in the bottom left. If this goes unscouted for a while, it could pay big dividends, especially with that double gas. Like this matchup in general, for both sides of the matchup, you want a lot of gas. Hold on, big attack coming in now. A bunch of Hydras. I don't know about committing to this, although, okay, there's 1 Storm available. He is going to pick off some of these cannons and storm it. Okay.
He needs to get his gates up and start getting some units out, because, you know, just a little bit off and he could get overrun at the wrong time. And the way he's situated, he's actually quite ahead, so it'd be a shame if he lost because he just didn't kick up his macro fast enough.
Yeah. So, as you said, I would like to see some more gates out of badpenny, though he is pretty low on money right now. He definitely needs to get this 3rd base up and running a little better. Some more probes. And he is spending a lot of money continuing to remake these cannons. That's something I don't necessarily like. Each cannon is another gateway. I guess he's feeling, you know, a lot of pressure. He feels he needs to do it to survive. But it's also slowing down everything else. Like, if he hadn't spent all this money on cannons, he could have a few more gateways, and those gateways could have produced a few more Zealots. And he would just have a bigger army in general, instead of relying so much on static defense. Basically, you want to get away with as little static defense as you can, because that money could be better served elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that advice is how many times have you lost because you're like, God, why the hell did I not build 2 more cannons?
Yeah, too many times.
Yeah, so I think that's where they're coming from, is like, you know, I'd rather just build the damn cannons and live.
Oh yeah, especially at this point, like, it's better to be safe than sorry, you know. And
Yeah.
at this level, especially, I don't think it's as big a deal. It's just something to think about. Like, if you're spending all this extra money on cannons that aren't really doing much for you, it could have been just more gateways and more units and have a bigger army to overwhelm your opponent. But, like, there's a ton of cannons
Yeah.
actually here at the third base, too.
Yeah, he's done well to secure that, and Zerg hasn't scouted it yet. Holy cannons. So yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think we're 15 minutes in, and he could be really ramping up his macro right now, rather than, you know, the extra 2-3 cannons. Like, he's already got Storm to defend.
Yeah. He is starting to get some Dragoons out. I don't know if he has Dragoon range done. Usually you want Dragoon range with this. It just makes Dragoons so much better when you start making Dragoons. Okay, thanks for the follow there, Connected.
Connected.
Connecting StarCraft. No, I don't know. So,
That's cool. I like that.
yeah.
It's like a software company or something.
Connecting StarCraft to StarCraft, the software company. Alright, a couple of lurkers here for Cronus. It looks like he's trying to set up a bit of a contain. Nice idea. He still doesn't know about that third base though. Only 2 lurkers isn't going to be too scary, although, yeah, the robo facility is about half done now, so it's going to be a little bit before he can get some obs out.
Yeah, so what's going on? Is this like a soft contain? It's kind of like a contain here.
Yeah, I mean, he's committing all of his units to it. Okay. I haven't looked at the Zerg base for a while. He does have a hive up now. Continue to get upgrades and taking a 4th base. And he doesn't have a lot of units at home to deal with these zealots coming across the map. Hey, thanks for the follow, good. Bunch of zealots now streaming in to attack this base. And what does Zerg have to defend this? He is sending some Hydras back now, but he's going to take some damage here for sure.
Like, you want Zerg's got 2 armor right now. Protoss has 0 upgrades.
Okay, yeah.
You want some upgrades for Protoss right now, right?
Definitely, that's a good catch. As Protoss, oh, this is looking pretty bad. I'll get. So yeah, again, badpenny throwing a lot of zealots without doing much work. Yeah, he delayed that mining time a bit, but he didn't really kill very many drones, and he just lost all those zealots for free. Which, I mean, it sets him back a little bit. But yeah, going back to what you're saying, upgrades are pretty important in this matchup, particularly in Zealot versus Ling engagements. Early on, the +1 attack for Zealots. If you're 1 attack ahead of Zerg's Carapace upgrades, you'll kill Zerglings in 2 hits instead of 3, which is a pretty big deal, especially when you're thinking about big numbers of Zerglings and Zealots fighting. So make sure you're on top of upgrades, particularly as Protoss your attack. Meanwhile, Cronus is continuing to reinforce this position, so it's going to be harder for badpenny to kind of break out here once he gets these lurkers burrowed and this Hydra's out. And he is now just going to scout this bottom left base of badpenny with all the cannons.
Yeah, I think you know, with those gates, with those extra gates earlier, he may have had the confidence to move out on the map. This contain was kind of given away for free. I don't think there was really a point where, you know, with Storm and like the 8 zealots or so, that he couldn't kind of push for this space right in front of the bridge. And having it contained, like, that's not good.
No. But if you
Especially
can,
when it's not necessary, like when the playstyle didn't, you know, when your advantage was in a place where you can deny it.
yeah, definitely agree with that. But if you can break a contain that Zerg is committing a lot to, you can often just go and counter the Zerg and take out some bases. I'd like to see badpenny maybe getting some storms off here, trying to pick off a few lurkers with Dragoons, and clearing this contain. Looks like Cronus is maybe setting up for an attack here at the bottom left as well. He's got a few Hydras and a bunch of Lings streaming across for this base. Not sure if this is going to necessarily be enough to break the sheer number of cannons here, but with no other units or static Templars here, maybe. We'll have to see how many more units he commits to this.
Like, I wonder when he's gonna pull the trigger and like what he's thinking right now, you know, in terms of, you know, I want a dozen goons and then I'm gonna try to bust out, or, you know, at what point he's gonna say, okay, because yeah, there's the consume right now, so the third is probably gonna go down.
Okay, yeah. So he does have the Defiler here. Imagine the third will go down, and badpenny still being stuck in his base. Can't really do anything about this. Okay. First swarm,
Yeah,
I'd like to see it
there
on
would.
more cannons, but...
There's a clock on that, you know?
Oh yeah. The more time you give Zerg to set up this contain, the stronger it's going to get and harder it's going to be for you to break out. And meanwhile, Zerg can take them out. Okay. There is an attack going down at the third too. Oh, losing a bunch of...
He's got to get his high Templars out there.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more storms.
That's
Okay.
savage.
One storm going off there.
Good storms.
Oh, a couple of stack storms there. Never want to stack storms, it doesn't do any extra damage. So he did kill a lot of the Hydra there. But his third base is going down in all of this, so this is not looking great for badpenny at this time.
The number of storms there was awesome. He just needs more. He needed more to his army.
Yeah. Have like
it's so painful, man.
yeah, just have like your whole army out there, get some storms, have the Dragoons out front, pick off some lurkers. I hear a shuttle loading up. Okay. We do have 4 High Templars here in this shuttle. Looks like he's going to go potentially do a storm drop to try and get back into this. Have to see where that shuttle goes. Meanwhile...
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic, and like contains just drive me nuts, man.
Oh, tell me about it. Terran sends up a bunch of siege tanks, or Zerg sends up a bunch of lurkers outside your base. It's just like, let me out of here. But
yeah.
no.
And even like in PvT, like goons hanging outside your bridge, like it just drives me nuts.
Oh yeah. So nice swarm. He's gonna get on top of these cannons. Badpenny really needs some more. I don't know if he has enough to deal with this. It looks like he's probably gonna lose the natural here.
Yeah, this is a great move.
Yeah.
He's using the consume. He's using the swarm, trying to finish the game. He knows he's in a good position. May as well try to bust the front, right?
Do have a storm drop coming out in the main base of Zerg. He got, looks like 4 drones with the first one. He's got 10 kills on that other High Templar. Trying to find some more. Meanwhile, he's just losing his natural here. Hydra's just ravaging, killing everything he's got. Getting control of the Protoss's ramp here. It's never a good spot.
Like he's doing a great job in the main though. Like he's just storm dropped and killing overlords, but I think it's just too little too late.
Yeah, it looks like all the drones go down here in the main, but it's not going to really be enough. Cronus has taken the natural position. Badpenny is completely mined out at the moment. Just a couple of probes here that are about to go down. He does have a bit of a bank, but he doesn't really have the infrastructure to necessarily produce enough units and get himself out of his base at this point.
Yeah, this is a case of being too passive, you know. And we saw at the beginning of the game, like kind of pensive style. But yeah, once you get the contain going and they got Hive, it's kind of a clock on you.
For sure. And I would agree with you. I think that's something a lot of Protosses maybe struggle with early on in PvZ. Like I struggle with it too. Is sometimes I'm just not aggressive enough on Zerg. I just allow them to sit back and macro up. Like I like to stay back and play my own game. But meanwhile, Zerg's taking the map and then they just run me over, making a bunch of units, and I cry Zasagi all day long. So there you go. But yeah, like you got to be aggressive as Zerg. Kind of force them to make the units instead of drones. Force them to spend their money and put the pressure on, or they'll just be able to eventually overwhelm me. And that's what we're seeing here. Like Zerg has just taken over the Protoss main. Protoss has no mining whatsoever. He's making a couple of cannons, but there's nothing he's really going to be able to do. So I expect to see him tap out here anytime.
Remember, like 15 years ago, when the teachers in the yard they like found you crying under a tree, and they're like, "Snipe, what's the problem?" And you're like, "Zasagi."
Yeah. No, back then I was probably playing a bunch of snipers, bald locks, or a bunch of fastest or something. I don't think I was too into 1v1 bully back then.
Yeah, you weren't into.
I didn't know about Zasagi
back then.
No, Zasagi is fairly recently. But yeah, I'm not sure what Badpenny's hoping to accomplish here. I mean, I guess he still has a couple of units floating around, but he's got to know this is over at this point. He's got nothing going on for him.
It's hardcore fantasy GG.
The fantasy is.
I think I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's kind of you know, it could be a point where sometimes you do this because you're salty, or sometimes you're doing it because you just kind of want to think a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just like center yourself for the next game or get yourself mentally prepared for the next game. Just like, okay, I've lost. What can I do? You're just sitting there thinking, what can I do for the next game?
Yeah, and you kind of want to think about the game before you go to the next one.
For sure.
But this is, I think this is over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is definitely.
I'm not certain. I'm not certain.
You're not 100% sure? Okay, and then we're gonna have the GG count. And is he gonna leave? Okay.
I'm leaving.
All right. So there, yeah. Game number 1. Fairly long game there.
Oh, he was dropping at the natural. He was doing some. He was trying.
Doing
to get
those
some last minute swings in.
Yeah, doing those last minute storm drops. I feel that, you know. I'll do that sometimes. Like, oh, I know I've lost. The game's over. Oh, I still have this shuttle. I'll do one last storm drop, kill some stuff, and then I'll go. I have done that before. I feel him there.
Yeah, sometimes, like, you forget the impact that things like that can have, right? Storm drops. So then you're like, oh shit, I'll just do it anyway, because it kind of gives you that, like, you're trying to remind yourself, like, I should do this during the game and actually maybe give myself an edge. Oh, they picked Autobahn. That's interesting.
Yeah, so this is badpenny's choice. 2-player map. Maybe they have a specific strategy or something they want to use on this map.
I don't think I've played this map.
Yeah, it's, well, I mean, ASL map, right? It's pretty new.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We've seen some cool strategies here. See if badpenny has something planned for us. Oh, right. So, spawning here, down a game in the top left. See, I'm doing the Protoss now for you. We have the orange Protoss player, badpenny.
And on the bottom right, we got Switch Cronus, the Zerg.
Yeah.
And he's red.
Yeah, once again.
This is the Cronus that streams pretty frequently, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. So once again, Cronus does stream a lot of his StarCraft games. I do believe he is going to be casting some this week as well with, I think tomorrow, like I said, with Nablime or Non-Lemon. Pretty strong
Nice.
Terran as well, so look out for that. We'll have more details maybe tomorrow about that, but definitely look out for them. So we do have the first probe coming out here. See where he builds the pylon? Okay, maybe not. He's sending it across the map? Is he going to do some sort of proxy here?
It looks like. Who picked this? Oh, it was badpenny.
Badpenny, yeah.
Okay.
So if you are going to do the proxy, I'd like to have seen the probe sent out a little bit later. Like as you can see, for badpenny, already at 9 of 9 supply and like 300 minerals. You kind of want the probe to be wherever you're going to build your proxy right when you have 100 minerals and not supply block yourself a lot.
Oh, and look at this. I think Cronus sent that Overlord up there specifically for proxies.
Yeah, so the Overlord does see that pylon get cancelled at the last second there. It looks like badpenny seeing that is just going to cancel this plan and...
Is he going to go next first? That'd be pretty badass.
I'd like to almost see that with the amount of money, but no, he's just going to throw down that pylon. So his build is going to be super late now because of that. Throwing down that first pylon, like everything's just going to be really far behind, and Cronus is actually going for a 9-pool speed here.
I would say he's in trouble.
Yeah, this could actually end up being a really short game. He doesn't have any lings building just yet, so if he doesn't actually build any lings, maybe badpenny can still get away with this.
Damn, yo, that was a good call.
Yeah, I don't know where his attention is. Okay, so now he's building the lings.
Yeah, some what do you call it? Not Uber, just some pro work there. Some
next level mind games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Twitch Cronus, they're making those lings a little late. Is giving badpenny a lot of time here to maybe get some stuff up. But I'm not sure. Like the lings are already on the way. I think the lings can still get here and take out these cannons. I would almost want to pull some probes here and try and block as badpenny. And we even have a cannon on the outside of the wall here. Not sure about that. Drone, I like this move. The drone kind of weakening the cannon here before it's finished. Nice heads-up play there by Cronus So yeah,
Oh,
the Lings
man.
are gonna come in. If he bounces on these
No
cannons
probe
right away.
support.
Yeah, no probe support. Oh, this is looking bad for badpenny. He's gonna lose these 2 cannons. He is pulling the probes now, but this is a little too late. You know, Cronus should be able to kill a lot of probes here. I'm not sure. I mean, badpenny's gonna be in a really bad spot even if he does hold this off.
Yeah,
Which it
more
doesn't look like
Zerglings
he's
coming.
Okay, there is the first zealot out, but it's actually just gonna get surrounded here and taken down pretty quickly. Oh, he does kill all the Lings. But there are more Lings streaming across the map. Bruno's continuing to make more, picking off that zealot. Oh, this is a bad spot for badpenny.
Damn. You know, it ended up being pretty good timing with the cannon, like just on time. He needed the probes though.
Yeah, and he's gonna call the GG right there.
Like it was good. It was a good adjustment to like a failed. Like his whole plan got screwed. He got flipped upside down, and he adjusted well. But
it wasn't enough.
Probes.
Yeah. So, few things for badpenny. If you're gonna do that, proxy, make sure you get your probe out quicker to build it when you have 100 minerals and not 300-400 minerals and supply blocking yourself. And if you do see, a bunch of Lings coming or something like that, make sure you pull some probes to kind of block, because you don't want those Lings getting on top and killing your cannons, especially before they're done, or just as they're finishing. And I mean, you saw what happened. It's a bad spot. You just lose. So. Well played by Cronus, taking that 2-0.